Hi, and welcome to Trade of the Week. This week's trade is a long bet on the Dow, but with a slight twist at the end. The Dow had fallen over 1,000 points in the past 2 weeks, and trading sense dictated that there ought to be a half-decent bounce at some point, but first traders needed a reversal sign. With the US closed on Monday, Tuesday traded both lower and higher than Friday's range, and more importantly finished with an engulfing candle. This provided the reversal signal traders were waiting for. The strategy I favoured here, for its simplicity, uses a 30-minute chart. I waited for a closing candle above the 21-period moving average, confirmed by an RSI reading above 50. This system can be refined by only trading if the moving average is flat or rising, only trading if the price has already tested the moving average, and waiting for an RSI above 52. In this case, the first method would have triggered a buy trade at 97.13. So, the more cautious approach would have triggered a buy order 90 minutes later at 97.20. When I use this strategy, I place my stop loss 20 points below the moving average, which in this case would put it at 96.85. For a risk of £280, this would allow me a bet size of £10 on the first option, or an £8 bet on the second option. But another point to consider here is that this trade is before the often volatile US Open, so an alternative would be to place a stop loss below the morning's low of 96.70. In my case, a stop loss of 96.60 would reduce the bet size to £4. I'd look here to place a limit order to close half the bet just below Tuesday's high at 98.50, running the balance then with a trailing stop loss. So how did the trade go? This trade caught the mood of the market perfectly, putting on a further 40 points during the US opening period, and hitting the limit order round about mid-afternoon. The price broke, then tested Tuesday's high, with a bullish triangle propelling the index up above 10,000. There was no obvious reason here to close out this trade, but for the sake of a profit calculation, I'll take the closing price of 10,018. So if in this example we take the higher entry point on an £8 bet, that gave 130 points on £4 and 298 points on £4, for an overall profit of 1,712. But here's the twist. Ironically, my personal trade of the week was to take a 30-point hit on the Dow. I'd opened a small short bet late on Tuesday evening when it looked like the earlier rally was failing. However, the price action made me nervous, and with the price rallying towards the closing bell, I cursed and closed the trade for a small loss. I cursed again when Wednesday's opening shout was back down to 9,700. But returning home on Wednesday evening after a canoeing course, I was pretty pleased with a 30-point loss. Have a good weekend.